ANC's new chairperson in the Northwest, Nono Maloyi, is warning against divisions within the party. He says it's time that factionalism comes to an end. Let's discuss the outcomes of this conference with political analyst Vusi Gumbi, who joins us now virtually. Vusi, thank you very much for your time here on All Angles. Let's first talk about Nono Maloyi. We know that the culpable homicide charges against him, of course, have been provisionally withdrawn. But I'm sure he's not going to have it easy. His detractors will probably try and bring in the step-aside rule his way.
Certainly, it's going to happen. And you touched on factionalism, right? My sentiments around that is that this step-aside rule, it is not meant at cleaning the ANC. It is used as a weapon. It is weaponized by factions within the ANC to make sure that, they purge leaders who might make it difficult for them in their attempts or their ambitions to access higher positions within the ruling party. So it certainly is going to happen. But, it also depends on the dynamics within the province. We know that Supra Mahoma decided not to stand at the 11th hour. Where is that he's being touted for an NEC position? I'm not quite sure whether that is realistic. He might be maybe an NEC member. Top six, I'm not quite sure if it's the necessary support, but I certainly do believe that taking into consideration, how the IPC was structured, I don't believe that, he has the support of everyone there. The province is very much divided. So they might try, to pull up those charges, maybe ask him to step aside, even though those charges have been provisionally withdrawn.
And I think the ANC has not really performed well in the Northwest in terms of their mandate to the electorate, right? But let's talk about the female Deputy Secretary, Viola Mutsumi. It looks like the ANC, at least this year, it looks like it this year, that they are trying to at least have more females in key positions, whether provincially, regionally or nationally, to go back to their, their policies.
Yeah, it is, but also it's quite disappointing. One out of 5 positions. So when you talk about gender parity, it's not really a true reflection of an organization that is trying to give women within their party, positions of responsibility. So. And my concern, or my reservation rather, is that you might end up with a phenomenon where women are just parachuted to leadership simply because of the code and not necessarily because they possess the necessary skills. So as much as the ANC wants to have this, gender parity, it must also ensure that the women that are in the party are of a caliber that will make sure that they continue to provide services to the people, especially in a province like, the Northwest, where, municipalities have been bankrupt, there have been corruption, and, people, the roads there are just a disaster. So for me, it's not a matter of whether it's women or men. It's a matter of, if it's the women, let it be the right quality of women. So there must not be a hullabaloo, a hoo-ha around whether there's 1 woman or 2 women. The question is, are these the right women to lead the party? Same applies to the men in the party. But as far as gender parity is concerned, the party is by far and large away from that.
Unfortunately, I've run out of time. I wanted to ask you about the breaking news about Patricia Kopano resigning from the DA, the second person in just many weeks. We had Magashile Ghana not so long ago, and now it's Patricia Kopano, who was in fact the candidate for premiership in the Free State. But that was political analyst Vusi Gumbi, and as you heard, they're just giving you some breaking news around the DA. Patricia Kopano resigning from the party, releasing a statement today saying she's resigning from the party. If you don't know who she is, she was their provincial candidate for premiership in the Free State during the last national elections. Now, the delegates